it was Karen, it was Karen, or it was Karen, and then all of a sudden, no, actually, wait, we were wrong. It was this person.
No, they're dug in. They're dug in.
Yeah,
they've
been defending these people inside the house for the past 3 years that they can't physically bring these people up on charges. So I think it's going to be a cold case, and the state's going to claim we have the right person. The jury just didn't get it right.
Tiffany is in Boston. Tiff,
Hi.
Tiff. We were just talking about how dug in the Commonwealth is. They can't go anywhere other than we think Karen did it at this point.
Well, and honestly, I just heard that question, and it's not Carrie's defense team's job to determine who did it. It's the Commonwealth. So that, honestly, I hate when people ask that question.
Well, actually, I don't hate when people ask it because I think they're just interested to know. It's interesting. I always like to know. Okay, so what is your theory? Because there's many theories surrounding it, right? There's the Brian Higgins alley, there's the Colin Albert, there's Chloe. Exactly. So I think
I think an accident happened. I think not an accident. I don't think they intended for this to happen, but I do think there was a fight that happened inside the house. Mm-hmm. I've been around many different parties and the way they were drinking something. I think an accident happened for sure.
So if an accident happened, then why? Just to give that back, why wouldn't we just why wouldn't we just?
Because I knew you were going to ask this. The reason why you didn't call the police is because at the end of the day, somebody, accident or not, somebody's going to jail for murdering him.
Right. No, I get it.
That's why they didn't call, because at the end of the day, the cover-up happened because they wanted to stay out of jail. So now if somebody calls the police and says, hey, a fight happened, someone fell back, they hit their head, he's now dying, Nick, and he ends up dying, you're going to jail.
But if they have enough pull to cover up a death in a home, wouldn't they have enough pull to make a call and be like, hey, an accident happened here? We all got to come together and make sure this person doesn't go to jail. You know what I mean? Like, they have enough. The Canton cover-up is thick. Like, if that's what we're believing.
But then you have people inside the house. Like, now you have crime scene. Like, it becomes a whole big deal. I mean, it would be.
It's becoming a big deal either way.
Yeah, but I think now it's specifically one of those people inside the house that did something. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when they put John outside, it could have been anybody. They could have blamed Lucky the plow driver. They could have said John came in, he left, and he said he was walking home, and all of a sudden he ended up on the front lawn.
Yeah.
And one thing I've always wondered the most was, say Karen didn't wake up that morning and they didn't go back to 34 Fairview Road. At this point, there was almost 4 inches of snow on the ground. This was at 6 in the morning. Say that the Albert family doesn't wake up until 8 in the morning. There's another 3 inches of snow. So would John have been under the snow until all the snow melted, later in February? I've always thought about that. If they didn't go there at 6 in the morning and find him, would he ultimately have been underneath the snow for the next 2 weeks until it melted, and then they would have found his body?